Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope that you guys are having just a grand old time. I know I am. So today's video is a story of the time I almost died, which was actually this year. So the beginning of February was when this happened. And did I almost die? I don't know. So this is the story of how I almost died from eating a vegan cheese spread. So let me set the stage. I have had food allergies for my entire life. I am allergic to dairy, eggs, peanuts, and tree nuts. And I'm constantly rattling off that list to people, and the constant question I get is, what do you eat? What do you eat? What do you eat? I always say dirt. I don't know. That's usually what I say. It's a kind of a stupid response. I've just always had these allergies. It is annoying. I had to sit at what was called the peanut table in elementary school. So from first grade until 5th grade, I was at this blue table with a nice old nut-free sign on it. Very different from the other tables, so I had to sit there every day. You know, I kind of went through life, had to carry an EpiPen around because my peanut allergy is a deadly one. But besides that, I had never had to use it. My allergies to dairy and eggs are a lot less severe, so when I eat them, my throat closes up a little bit. I sometimes get hives, stomach hurts a little bit, but it doesn't go into anaphylactic shock, which is what happens when you have a severe allergy. I kind of only had experienced those smaller allergic reactions, so sometimes at Starbucks or something, they would put dairy in my coffee instead of soy milk, and so I would drink it and my throat would itch and feel all weird and it'd kind of close up a little bit. I'd start to sound like Shakira. I kind of went through 20 years of my life not knowing how severe my allergy was. The only time I had ever eaten peanuts was when I was a baby, and that's how they found out. So never had to use my EpiPen until this specific day. It is February 2nd, and it is the day of the Super Bowl. I was really excited about Mr. Peanut's funeral that was supposed to be aired during the Super Bowl because A, it's Mr. Peanut and he died. I'm allergic to peanuts. Thought it was the funniest thing ever. And it was a genius marketing campaign by Planters Peanuts. I'm a marketing nerd. I love good marketing campaigns. So I was just really excited about Mr. Peanut's funeral in one of the Super Bowl commercials. I was talking about that all day and telling all my friends, oh my gosh, Mr. Peanut's funeral is tonight. Can't wait. We had also planned on just having a few friends over, eating some food, having a good time for the Super Bowl, as one does. So it's about probably 3 minutes before kickoff, and I had bought this vegan cheese spread that I was so excited about because since I can't eat dairy or eggs, I usually can eat vegan food. I was really excited about this vegan cheese spread. I was like, this is so cool. I can eat a cheese spread. It was some garlic cheese spread. It looked good, smelled good. I ripped it open. I'm like, I'm ready to eat this cheese spread. I used a cracker. It was good. It was a good cheese spread. I enjoyed it. And then about 2 minutes went by, and then I started to feel weird, and I could sense that it was an allergic reaction. I was like, no, I just wanted to eat the cheese spread. That's the only thought that went through my mind. I was just really sad that I couldn't eat the vegan cheese spread. And so I kind of walked through my living room and was just like, guys, I'm having an allergic reaction. I'm so mad. I thought it was just, one of those average dairy or egg reactions, because I did look at the label and it said that it had cashews in it. See, I didn't know what level of allergic I was to cashews. I thought it was just, minimal, like the dairy or egg. I didn't know that it was almost peanut level allergic. I went upstairs, took a Benadryl. It wasn't getting better, which is weird because usually once I take the Benadryl, it kicks in pretty quickly. Luckily, one of my housemates had just come home from work, and I said, Leah, I'm having an allergic reaction, and she's like, oh, do you need anything? And I was like, no, I think I'm gonna be fine. And then it wasn't getting better, and then all of a sudden, my tongue started swelling up, my side of my lip was feeling numb, and that had never happened to me before. That's when I started getting really scared. So I say to Leah, I'm like, hey, my tongue is all swollen and my throat is closing up more. And so she went and got me some water. I drank the water, and my throat was closing up pretty significantly, so I was taking my inhaler because I also have asthma and that wasn't helping either. So I decided that I was going to take another Benadryl. And the second Benadryl, it felt like it got stuck in my throat. But the thing is, it wasn't stuck in my throat. My throat was just that closed up that it felt like something was stuck in there. That's kind of when I started to really panic. I didn't know when it was time to use my EpiPen. I had no idea what anaphylactic shock felt like. I start crying, obviously, and Leah calls her mom, who is a nurse, and her mom just says, take the EpiPen. If you have any doubts about it, you just should take it. I was sobbing. I was hysterical, and I grabbed the first EpiPen I found, pulled the cap, jabbed it in my leg. It didn't hurt as much as I thought it was going to, because it's a needle, and you just kind of jab it in your thigh, hold it there for 10 seconds. I expected it to just solve the problem, which it didn't. I mean, it did open up my throat, so I was able to breathe, which was kind of the main concern. And then we decided, okay, we're gonna go to urgent care. I started feeling better, and I was kind of stupid, and I just didn't want to make anyone drive me to the hospital. Side note, anytime anyone has to use their EpiPen, they have to go to the hospital. No matter how severe the situation, you still have to go to the hospital just to make sure, because that's something I didn't really know beforehand, and I think everyone should just know that as a general rule. So Leah drove me to urgent care, which was about 5 minutes away. On the way to urgent care, I'm on the phone with my mom, sobbing, and I was so hysterical that I was cursing out the vegans as we were going to urgent care. So I'm sorry if you're vegan. We get to urgent care, and I walk in, I'm very distraught, and I'm like, hi, I just had to use my EpiPen for the first time, and I don't really know what to do. And they were not very receptive, and they were not very nice, and they were like, well, we can't help you here because we don't have the proper tools to make sure that your heart is steady. So they gave us directions to the hospital. They didn't call an ambulance for us. They just gave us directions to the hospital, and we're like, goodbye. And also, it was nighttime. It was cold. It was rainy. It was like snow raining. Leah and I get back in the car, and we're off to the hospital, which was about 20 minutes away. And as we're driving, I start feeling my entire body just cover itself in hives. Oh, I can feel the memory of it now. And it's just all over my body. And then it started getting extremely itchy and just hot. I was just so uncomfortable. And I was shaking because of the EpiPen, because it's literally, you're taking adrenaline when you jab yourself in the leg. And we're about, I'd say 10 minutes from the hospital, and I say, Leah, we just have to pull over. So we pull over on the side of the highway. It's raining, and I get out of the car, and then I just threw up a couple times, and that did make me feel better. I was on the phone with my dad. Leah called the ambulance. We had to wait a really long time for them on the side of the road, so it was probably, I would say, like a 20-30 minute wait. We were just kind of chilling on the side of the road. I was throwing up, just kind of sitting on the ground. Leah was talking to the ambulance, and then she was talking to my sister. So my sister also goes to the same college as I do, so my housemate Lila was driving my sister to the hospital, so they turned around to come meet us where I was going to get into the ambulance. So the ambulance finally arrives. They sit me up on like an ambulance truck or something and take all my vital information. By then I was cracking jokes, and I don't know if they liked that or not because they didn't really laugh. That was awkward. Drove to the hospital. My sister and I, we watched the Super Bowl from my hospital room, and I watched Mr. Peanut's funeral from my hospital bed. I was there for about 3 hours, from around 7 to 10 p.m. And the whole time, so the first, I'd say 2 hours, I was just shaking, violently shaking from the adrenaline. Then I was discharged, went home, ate some vegan pizza, made sure I read the label that time. If you have an allergy to something, read the label on the box or the container. I did not in this situation. So usually I do every other time. The problem was I was so excited about this vegan cheese spread. I was so excited. I just wanted to eat it. It was expensive too, because vegan food is not cheap. Yeah, so that will hopefully never happen to me again. I hope you enjoyed this video, learning about how I almost died. And subscribe to my channel. And like this video. Like it because I'm alive. Thank you.